One of the absolute hardest challenges for a composer is to write a piece for a solo instrument that can't play both melody and harmony at once, although piano has its own set of challenges. Special consideration should be given when writing an unaccompanied piece to following the guidelines for general melodic consideration, but also to the idea of register shifts and repetition. Repetition is obvious. By repeating a note, motive, or phrase, you give it weight and meaning that may be lacking in a thin, sparse texture. But it becomes especially powerful when you combine it with register shifts. Register shifts is simply leaping into a different octave from the one you're currently in. Doing this provides a vertical dimension to the melody and makes repetition even more interesting. Take a look back at Bach. He uses register shift in another way. In Bach, the register shifts are structured so that there are independent, moving, melodical ideas occurring at separate levels in the piece. High, medium, and low melodies all occur at once, adding texture to form kind of a super melody. Let's look at the first minuet. As you can see, there are parts where lower notes become more prominent, taking on a melodic role that then is elided and becomes foundational harmony to the next part. Here's an example. Here's another one. Using register shifts in this way, Bach is able to create the illusion of polyphony on a monophonic instrument. It's pretty cool. Finally, you need to consider the use or lack thereof of rests. When writing for an unaccompanied instrument, the function of a rest is to allow separation of a melodic line, to let a singer or wind or brass player breathe, or to create tension through the use of silence. Bach doesn't use any rests in the works that we're looking at, but it's an interesting thing to keep in mind when you're writing.